Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Couldn't find my water there. 9:03, happy Monday. So it's the 8th day of July, and we got a good show for you. CJ Nacello, RiverBender.com, Roku TV. It's our daily show. Hope you guys had a fun holiday weekend, and we have a great show. We're going to be talking with Sinellia here in just a couple of minutes. She started a really great service with so many opportunities, especially folks that have children with autism, and some of the services she renders and helps kind of streamline processes and really just kind of helps yourself. She joins us in about 20 minutes, and we're going to get the latest on her services and ways that we can utilize them. Then at about 9:40, we're going to be talking to OSF. This is really cool. On Tuesday, the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George and OSF, St. Anthony's Healthcare Center in Alton, are having a special benediction to celebrate and commemorate the arrival of the National Eucharistic Pilgrimage during its 2-day presence in Alton. The benediction will take place at the St. Francis Convent Chapel for this special time for prayer and a once-in-a-lifetime event. We're going to be talking in just about 40 minutes or so to OSF about how big of an event this is and really just some of the prowess that comes with it, a really unique opportunity in the Riverbend. We'll get those details and more, and then at 10 o'clock, we're talking to Margaret Hopkins. The next 2 days, going to be about Lucy Haskell's Playhouse in the 10. We're going to be talking to Margaret about some upcoming events. Debbie is going to be joining us again as well. And then we're going to get insights on Evelyn King's book signing up with Genevieve and the Magic Haskell Playhouse coming up this weekend. All the details and so much more. But now at 9:04, top of the hour news. And just such a sad news story to start the week off with. As Alton, Madison County, and beyond mourn the loss of Rick Fasten, a beloved public servant. Rick Fasten, a dedicated public servant and a lifelong resident of Alton, has died. Fasten, who graduated from Alton High and held degrees from Lewis and Clark, SIUE, and SLU, was well known for his extensive work with Catholic Charities and with the service in the Madison County government. Fasten's career with Catholic Charities spanned 22 years, during which he was responsible for the placement, safety, and welfare of over 1,000 children who were abused or neglected. His efforts earned him the Distinguished Service Award from the Catholic Charities in 2001 and the Father M.J. Gilligan Humanitarian Award in 2009. From December 1994 until November 2000, Fasten served on the Madison County Board, where he was notably active in road and street projects for his district. He was elected Madison County Auditor in November of 2002, a role in which he excelled, receiving the Certificate Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting multiple times, and being named Auditor of the Year in 2010 by the Illinois Association of County Auditors. Bishop John Williams at one time presented Fasten with the Humanitarian Award, acknowledging his significant contributions to the Tri-City area of Granite, Madison, and Venice. Here was the quote at the time: "Mr. Fasten deserves this recognition, which honored the memory of Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King and his words of love, nonviolence, and equality, because of his constant support and charitable donations. For the last 12 years, Mr. Fasten came to our community to help serve food to our people. It didn't matter if it was an election year or not. He has shown that he cares for our people, and for that, we thank him." Funeral services and arrangements for Rick Fasten are pending. Upcoming stories featuring featured interviews with close colleagues of the esteemed Alton resident are set to be published later on today. But really just a wonderful man. And we'll never forget the time that we brought Rick in to do the election night show when I first started at RiverBender. And, just a wonderful human being, and just a bummer here in the 618 today. Also in the news today, a motorist involved in a single vehicle accident on Friday morning on Illinois Route 3 was airlifted to a St. Louis hospital. The incident, which occurred on July the 5th, involved a female driver, according to Jersey County Sheriff Nick Mann. Sheriff Manns indicated the severity of the situation by confirming that life flight was on the scene. The Jersey County Sheriff's Office temporarily closed Route 3 at Wendell Road and Belcheese Road to manage the accident and ensure the safety of emergency responders. The extent of the driver's injuries are not yet known to publication, but will be released as soon as it's available. This is a developing story. The Alton Police Department reported a shooting incident involving a 14-year-old male on Friday night. At approximately 9:30 on July the 5th, officers were alerted to a gunshot wound victim at a residence in the 1400th block of Fletcher Street in Alton. Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford stated that both the police and members of the Alton Fire Department responded immediately to the scene. The injured teenager was transported to Alton Memorial Hospital, which was briefly placed on lockdown for safety concerns. The victim was later transferred to a St. Louis area hospital and is currently in stable condition. Preliminary investigation suggests that the incident took place near the intersection of Highland Avenue and Webster, where a group of unsupervised juveniles were reportedly shooting fireworks at each other, leading to gunfire. The Alton Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division is leading this investigation with assistance from multiple law enforcement agencies. Authorities are urging anyone with information to contact the Criminal Investigations Division at 618-463-3505. Also in the news today, the Godfrey Fire Department responded to a commercial structure fire at Aranda's MX Casino on Sunday night. Firefighters arrived to find smoke emanating from the back of the building and had to remove the fascia board from the roof to access the attic and extinguish the blaze. Assistance was requested from the Alton and Fosterburg fire departments. Despite the challenges, no injuries were reported. Aranda's Casino, which opened in May, is the former Chicken Pig building known for its Mexican cuisine now. The duration of the restaurant's closure remains uncertain at this time. Hayden Eberling Brown was once a normal boy, was diagnosed with metrochromatic leukodystrophy at age 5, resulting in severe neurological decline. Now 14, Hayden cannot walk, cannot see, cannot talk, or eat, but still needs to attend doctor's appointments. His family is organizing a benefit on August the 3rd at the Dewdrop Inn in Dow to raise funds for a van with a lift to help transport him. The event will feature food, live music, raffles, and a silent auction. The community support has been overwhelming, reflecting the strong communal spirit of Jersey County. Donations can be made via GoFundMe or by contacting Tammy Schaaf. Finally, in the news at 9:10 this morning, a Florissant man, Jeffrey Longstreet, 59 years of age, faces multiple felony charges following a May 2nd robbery at the Wood River Walmart. Here's what we know. Longstreet is accused of using force to commit the robbery, allegedly pushing a loss prevention officer out of the way to steal 2 bottles of alcoholic beverages valued at under $300, and has been charged with robbery, battery, and retail theft. Longstreet faces a Class 2 felony for robbery and 2 Class A misdemeanors for retail theft and battery. The Wood River Police Department presented this case, and Longstreet has been granted pretrial release. All suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Finally, in the news today, in response to the recent surface subsidence event at Gordonmore Park, Alton Mayor David Goines organized a meeting with officials from New Frontier Materials and other state and local authorities this past Wednesday. The meeting addressed the current status of the investigation into the sinkhole that led to the park's closure and the halting of mining operations. Mayor Goins emphasized that public safety remains the top priority. Intensive underground testing and geological inspections are ongoing. Mike Clark, the CEO of New Frontiers Materials, expressed gratitude from the collaborative efforts and stated they hope to have more information next week. There is currently no timetable for reopening the park or resuming mining operations. And as I stated earlier, we'll try our best to keep you updated. At this point, we're kind of been told to wait for press releases, and we were asked to leave that meeting. So as much as we can keep you updated with this, I know you guys want answers, and we'll try our best to relay them to you. Also, let's take a look at weather. It's 9:12. A little bit of change, and it's 73 degrees out there. It feels pretty humid in this studio. It feels like 80 currently. Today, there's going to be intervals of clouds and sunshine with a thunderstorm in parts of the area throughout the evening is now what they're telling us. Tonight, humid, clear to partly cloudy this evening. Late thunderstorms could be a potential, and then overnight rain is going to ensue. We're going to get a lot of rain Tuesday and Wednesday. Currently, right now, air quality is ranked at moderate at 52. Grass is low, mold low, ragweed low, tree levels are low, and the UV index is actually ranked at high. So I guess if you're going outside, put some sunscreen on. Temperature should only reach 83 degrees today, dropping down to 69 degrees overnight. But listen to Tuesday, a high of only 76 degrees, a low of 66 on Tuesday, a 99% chance of rain. That means it's coming. And then rain continues on Wednesday with a high of 84, a low of 66. But the alert day will definitely be tomorrow. As you can we're seeing here on our weather radar on RiverBender.com, and still trying to find a way to get that on the screen, we can let you know that there are some clouds over us currently right now, and throughout the day, around 6 o'clock, another chance of some storms to come into the area. And then by 8 o'clock, it should be clear until midnight. How about that? There you go. That's a look at your weather. How about that one for you? That was a pretty quick turnaround to find that. So no rain besides the chance of it, at 6 o'clock. Otherwise, we're free and clear until about 2 in the morning where all that rain starts to downpour. We're going to get a couple of inches, so if you got a water, might as well hold off for a couple more hours. If you could. Sometimes you can't, but if you could. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back Rehab Recover and Return Home. Before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on Village Dispensary. Let me be blunt about this. Yeah, quite literally. Village Dispensary is your go-to spot for all things green. Whether you're after vapes, flowers, topicals, tinctures, edibles, concentrates, and/or accessories, they've got a selection that'll make you feel like you are in Harold and Kumar's dream dispensary. Their staff, friendlier than a Fast Times ride, getting you what you need and out in no time. However, if you need some conversations to be had because you're still new to this, don't worry. They'll pull you aside in that consultation area. They'll talk to you as ever long you need to talk to them for to get all the answers you need. Then you're back in line. You already got your product order. You're walking right out the door too. So technically you aren't waiting in line for more than 3 minutes. That's why I love Village Dispensary. It's really all about bringing you the best cannabis experience where you walk in and people are smiling. They know who you are. They want to know if you're still ordering the same regular order that you normally get. It's locally owned, union built, and all about that quality experience. Check out villagedispo.com right now for their awesome inventory. Come on, man. You're watching this show. It's because you got the morning off, or it's because you got a few hours to kill. You might as well have some fun while you're killing them. You know what I'm saying here? And then when you stop by, don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way, because it's a joint effort. That's Village Dispensary or Village Dispo. VillageDispo.com. Man, I'm feeling good. I slept so well last night. I don't know about you guys, but then now with this darn weather coming in today and this rain, not very good. 73 degrees at 9:16. That is your top of the hour newscast. We'll take a quick break, but before I do, let's take a look at Skycam. We'll come back with more Daily Show after this on Riverbender.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Welcome back, 921, a little bit of change. And we got Sinelia Lewis in studio. How are we doing?
I'm doing fine.
Well, it was nice to talk with you on the phone last week and just kind of get a little bit of a backstory, and then learning all the details, seeing the article coming out, Wellness with Sinellia is off to a great start.
Yes, it is.
So take me through your background and what led you to start your service organization.
What led me to the service organization? I first of all, I from Haiti, my background, and I came in U.S. and even way before back home, I was always love serving people. So when I came here, I continue my calling, serving people. I remember my first job was in caregiver and cleaning. So all my life I've been serving.
Yeah.
So I had opened my own business caregivers company. I was serving people for the past over 10 years in Missouri. And then during 2020, I couldn't do one-on-one work. So I was coaching over the phone, telling customer what to do with the client and kind of slow down the worries, you know, because everyone was worried about what's going to happen. And yeah, so that's where I learned to go to school for coaching. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it now. I didn't get paid. So, you know, so that's, I went for a health coach. And then by doing health coach and life coach, I graduate and I start coaching on food and exercise and stuff like that. So, and then I start thinking about my personal life, how I grow up, and you know, even though that in Haiti they didn't looking at me like I had a disability. I can say thanks to my father because I was slow growing up. If it was here, they would have said I have DDD and all those kind of, you know. And I come to, you know, time to time, even people I deal with and even my family, you know, my sisters and brother, they are more developed in talking and stuff like that. So my father used to tell me, you have no disability. It's just that you think with, you know, I'm left-handed, I'm left foot. You think with your left brain instead of the right brain. So that's how my father was putting it. And then with the coach my father was giving me and all that, music was my best subject, you know. And even up to now, you know, sometimes I know I annoying people because I can sit, if I sit too long, I start mumble song in my head, you know, in my throat and stuff like that. So those little signs people might see. And then, you know, so I said, I had to do that, working with autism. And I will put it as my priority because of those kids. That's why I target the child because over here in America, they only can discover like 6 to 7 years if the child is autism. But during those times, there are precautions that we can take or help them to develop that block that cause them not speaking.
Well, and what I wanted to ask you too is, I mean, you just had a great point there, and just that a little bit of that anecdotal story with your father, you know, and how you know there's nothing, you aren't slow, you think with the other side of the brain than that.
Yes.
How important was it to have an advocate, you know, especially when you were growing up like your father, because you know, and I think it goes right into the services that you're providing is being that advocate, because sometimes you might have 45 people saying, oh, you're wrong, there's something wrong here, but it could just be that one person that says, no, it's just we got to do things a little bit differently and we'll get you there. And that's what I was just feel like is so empowering with this. So what was it like to have that kind of coach in your corner, you know, growing up and being able to develop the skills that you needed?
Oh, he was my hero.
Yeah, it sounds like
he was my hero because I can come to him anytime that I feel like I'm down
Yeah.
or people bully me out, not bully to say push me, bully can be anywhere
Mental,
when they,
yeah.
mental, when
Yeah.
people say, oh, you're not good enough, you don't do this right, but yet you're trying your best to do it on your own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? But since you didn't do it the way everybody does it, then
you're wrong. Then it's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what I was really hitting on there, because to have someone like your father who really empowered you, it seems like, just from that conversation. I mean, just think what you could do with so many other, children in this community that went through the same, things that you were going through as a child. Is that something? Is that really what kind of caught you to this?
That's what caught me, and then so I had to have more study on autism, music per se. So that's where I learned to LTP training. LTP training had helped me too on my growing up, because even up to now I still use it, because every step of the way, like the upgrade mind, because they have time. You want the thing is inside you, and you want to put it out. But yet it's stuck there. You can't put it out.
Yeah.
You don't know how. You try very hard. So that music level kind of relaxes me to kind of put the brain together and then release it out.
That makes a ton of sense. Well, and take me through, how these 45-minute to 1 hour sessions work. If I call you and say, hey, I have a child who is going through, that has some issues early on in that 5 to 6 year age range, or 4 to 6. What's that look like? What do those first conversations look like? What's that first meeting look like?
The first conversation I have is with the parents, and I have the website, not my website, but the company website, where I have the link that I send the parents. So they have a session, like just filling the information. It's like a test to see the level of communication or the level of the brain.
Yeah.
And so that they can start with the music, because the music have level 1, level 2, and all that. So after that, the parents does that on their own. And then the company sent me the information. And when they sent me the information, then we schedule to meet. So when we meet for the 45 minutes, it's kind of like just I have the headphone, and then I sit with the child. I went to their home because of little child.
Yeah.
So, and plus I don't have a space yet. It's in the goal, but not yet.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So they listen to the music every 15 minutes. I give a break that they can take a break. And then while they listen to the music, they can use any books, anything they want to do. I just want their intention to kind of sit still. They can draw a book, or, drawing, or watching a show, or anything. But it's sitting just like I'm sitting with you, your headphone on, and then the music is on. And that's how the 45 minutes gone for the first time, the second time. And then after, normally after 5 days of the listening program, the child might, start getting used to you and start asking you question, or maybe smile, or maybe do, things like that.
Well, and now take me through, just what you were going back to with the first kind of session, first couple of sessions, just kind of getting familiar with the program, familiar with the music, familiar with what's going on. Take me through session 6, session 7, where all of a sudden we're in full swing and this program's firing all cylinders. The child's really participating in it, and it's connecting and working. What does that look like from maybe the first session you have to the 6th session you'll have with a child? What are the differences?
Okay, the differences the parents might see. let's say some kids, it's different from kids to kids, okay? The child might have, let's say, the ear, they're like sensitive. They can't hear any noise. You almost have to talk like whispered. Some children, if you really, even like I'm talking to you, they might close their ears. Like they feel like you're speaking too loud, you're screaming, you know. So that's a sensitivity that they have in the ear. So let's say we target that part with the music, and then the music kind of going slow and cure that sensitivity.
I get it now. I am 100. Okay, this is really cool.
Yes.
This is real. Now it all makes sense now, because I was understanding, and now whenever you said that, it's about helping fix that sensitivity level. Okay.
Yes.
I guess I'm learning with everybody else today, because I don't have a background in this, but this is really powerful, because you know what I think is really amazing is the power of music, you know, and just how much good it can do and how much benefit, and not even just in terms of autism, but even all the way up to Alzheimer's patients who can hear music and all of a sudden they remember things, and it's incredible. And now, what signs do you see when that child starts to really achieve what they need to achieve with that hearing sensitivity? Is it just pretty clear that everything's starting to work? Do the signs just show through themselves that, you know, the child's not plugging their ears up anymore? They aren't maybe getting overstimulated rather quickly in conversations like this? Is there pretty clear signs that we're on the right track?
Yes, it's pretty clear signs. It's just like, for example, I had a 17 years old who couldn't sleep in Missouri. The mother called me, and they have struggled with that child for weeks. They couldn't get him calmed down.
Yeah.
And because he was talking without stop. Everything that he learned when growing up, he was, TV watching, playing game, and he was like calling his own name the game star.
Yeah.
So when the parents called me and said, "Can you help me with that child?" I said, "Sure, I'll come." And then when I went there, I kind of got him. He come, he said hi, he sit down, and I said, we're just gonna play a game. Just put that music in the headphone in your head. And then he sit, and then he listened to the music. He said, "Okay, I understand this music, I know this music." And he was playing the beat, you know, in his head, but he was doing that, like shaking his head and stuff. And then he listened to the 15 seconds of music. And then he got up, he go and get and drink water, and the mother sit there and realized he was calm while he was on the break.
Yep.
He didn't talk.
Yeah.
And he was talking without stopping. You know, it's just like when you got a broken record.
Yeah.
The broken record keep repeating itself.
Exactly.
Until you stop it. That's what the music does. The music correct the unstopping or sensitivity or the block that that block you, that you can't see the clarity. That's what the music. So we have different music for a different child. That's the reason why you take that test for the first time.
That is incredible. I mean, that is really incredible.
Yeah. And to finish the story, that night the child slept all through the night. The father and the mother called me. "What did you do?" "Why, my child?" He slept. I said, "I didn't do nothing. It's just the music, the training."
But that's invaluable. I mean, that's priceless. You can't put a price tag on that, especially for the stressors that could cause for parents and the whole entire family dynamic. You know, especially if we're talking weeks and weeks of, you know, somebody who's in distress.
Yes.
This is really important, and I'm glad. We've already been talking for like 20 minutes. Well, and it amazes me. So how do people reach out? How can they learn more about the LTP program and about the services that you render through that program? What's the best way to get all this information?
About LTP program, they can go to the Technology Brain .com.
Okay.
I didn't bring
No,
the
no, no worries.
website, but it's in my website. They can log into it. But they can reach out to me too to give them proper information because they have different coach.
Yeah.
So they have to contact me to give them my link.
That makes sense. That's what I was making sure of because I didn't want them signing up thinking they got you and they did.
Got me, exactly. So I had to kind of direct them into my link, and then with my link they take the test so the company can reach out to me knowing that I'm the one that in Illinois.
Okay. That's really cool. And now we have about 2 minutes left.
Yes.
And now what are you do help in other avenues, correct, with just health, with lifestyle?
Yes, I help seniors or people that's fighting against obesity, and I help people that's fighting blood sugar.
Oh, yeah.
Blood sugar is another big thing because, it is just controlling blood sugar. You can't cure blood sugar, really. I'm fighting that with my mother, even though she's not in medication. But you have you have to watch what you eat and all that too. So I help those people through my website, wellnesswithsinelia.com. It's a community. The thing is, my goal is not to really cure the problem. It's to help people stay in wellness. So even though you're not sick and you want to be happy, or if it's just a meditation or just we have the group for that. We even have a group for grieving, people that lost a loved one, where you can sit and talk and really express, because when you express yourself without judgment, it's going to help you to move forward.
100%.
Yes.
Sinelia, just keep up the great work. This was a wonderful conversation. If you want to come back on in a couple of weeks or next month and fill us in on the growth that you've had and even more in depth in your services, we'd be more than happy to have you back.
Thank you.
The time is 9:38 on this Monday morning. Man, it feels like the weekend never happened, We're going to take a quick break, and we come back. We're going to be talking to OSF Healthcare. This is really cool. Coming up tomorrow, they're having the National Eucharistic Pilgrimage Benediction at the St. Francis Convent for the 100th year Jubilee of the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George. This is a big deal. So we're going to get some insights, and we're going to learn more as well. We'll take a quick pause. Daily Show on a Monday hits you right in the nose after this one.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Oh, welcome back. 9:43, a little bit of change on this Monday morning. So this is really cool. I've been talking about this all day. This National Eucharistic Pilgrimage Benediction at St. Francis Convent. And there's nobody better to talk to me about this than right here on the screen. Sister Beata Ziegler?
Yes, Beata Ziegler.
Beata Ziegler. I almost got it. I was so nervous all morning. I almost sent Randy a message, you know. Sister, thank you so much for your time today. And number one, how's your morning off to?
It's going very well. Thank you.
So I've seen a couple of posts about this National Eucharistic Pilgrimage and just seeing a couple of pictures that were posted and how big of a deal this is. So take me through this. On Tuesday, tomorrow, the pilgrimage is going to be stopping at the convent, correct?
Correct.
And now take me through, if you could, the overview of what this pilgrimage is and just the prowess of the importance of it, too.
Well, this really has been a long-term project in the church to really focus on the Eucharist, and that is Jesus's presence with us in the Blessed Sacrament. And so there was a Eucharistic revival that has happened since 2022 to 2025, and really trying to renew the faithful in their belief in the Eucharist, and just how blessed we are that the Lord is with us at any time in all of our churches. So in May 17th, started the National Eucharistic procession. And it started from the corners of north, south, east, and west of the United States. And this was really to show how the entire nation is wrapped and follows the way of the cross, really, as you look at those routes as they come across. So our route is the Sarah route, and it started in San Francisco in May and has been coming across the Western United States. Wow. And so arrives in Alton today.
And whenever you're preparing for a day like this, because of how important it is, I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for so many people, and to really just hear the story of the movement and how this is traveling across the country and just seeing some of the lives it's already touched just on social media, and that it's so important. And whenever we have the opportunity tomorrow at OSF, you guys will, is the public going to be able to view the procession at all, as it's coming into town?
Yes. So tomorrow morning at 8:15, there is a Mass at St. Peter and Paul Parish. And then they are processing from St. Peter and Paul here to St. Francis Convent Chapel. And that's where we'll have benediction. And then from here, we'll leave and process over to St. Mary's. So at any point along that route,
That it just be such a wonderful opportunity for so many families to go out and just witness this. And I was reading on here that this is during the 100th Jubilee year for the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George, and that would be your guys' convent. Is this 100 years?
It's 100 years since we came to the United States. Yes. So we came in December of 1923. And so this whole year we have been celebrating.
This is a big year for all of you. And how have you guys celebrated this, if you don't mind me asking?
In December, we actually had a year of preparation.
Okay.
Last year, and really just focused on our roots and where we came from. In December, we had a big celebration where all the sisters, were about 108, came home here to Alton because we serve in various parts of the United States. And during that time, we looked at our first 5 sisters and what their lives were like and how it was when they came to the United States. And then throughout this year, actually this coming weekend, we have a big Jubilee picnic with all of our families and friends, and probably 400 to 500 people will gather. We're going to be down at the Riverfront Amphitheater with all of those folks. And so it's just been an ongoing time of gratitude for the blessings that God has given us here in the U.S. And then we, get to celebrate next year 100 years of St. Anthony's Health Center as well.
It's just incredible. And we'll be out there just to grab some pictures of this, because that'll be a really great thing to catalog and make sure that it's in the newspapers, because that's a wonderful feat. And as you guys prepare for tomorrow, is there any type of maybe some meetings that you have, or any type of rituals that the sisters are a part of as they prepare for something like this? Because for me, I always am fascinated by those type of services and preparations because of just the prowess that this brings.
So mostly it's just getting everything ready.
Everything ready.
Getting the red carpet down and making sure that we have enough seating and things like that. But there's also with Eucharistic processions, there is a tradition of flower carpets. And so they would actually set up altars along the way, and they would make carpets out of flowers. So we're not doing a flower carpet. We're actually doing colored wood chips into making a carpet. And it's just a way to beautify and kind of signify the solemnity of this event.
This is just so cool. And now take me through the ceremony inside the convent that day, if you could. What is it going to sound like? What will it look like? I'm sure it's going to be beautiful.
So as the procession gets to the circle there on College and Central, we will have our banner holders. So there's banners that will process right in front of the Blessed Sacrament, and the monstrance will be under a big canopy. And so we'll process in and then up the chapel stairs and then into the chapel. Along the way, hopefully it'll be a bunch of our children from our daycare center and our mission partners from St. Anthony's, as well as the sisters and whoever else in the community would like to come. The more the merrier. And so we will be spreading flower petals. That's another thing in front of the canopy and the Blessed Sacrament as he comes in. And then when we get into the chapel, we will have an opening song. We'll have a reading from the gospel, another meditation song, and then the benediction prayers, another closing song that our choir has prepared, and then the exit.
I honestly am really kind of frustrated that I have a show to do tomorrow from 9 to 11, because this would be one that I would go to. This is such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And, whenever I think of this, do you have any suggestions for folks if they go out to view the procession? Is there any prayers or any type of prayers that are meant for a procession that we could utilize?
A lot of times, the folks in the procession do pray the rosary.
Okay.
So, just your standard prayers, those are easier to pray as you're walking. So you might, if you're along the way, you might actually hear them. And then sometimes they sing songs. They might sing Eucharistic songs, Marian songs, things like that. I think if you're trying to keep together with a group, sometimes those shorter prayers or litanies where you just respond, pray for us, or things like that are easier.
Really cool, and thank you so much for that that feedback too, because that was something I with my my grandma tomorrow. I know she's going to want to go out there and what are we doing? We're talking to sister. I don't know why my computer did that, but just to send her out so she'd have a little bit of some background or maybe something to pray or just kind of sit there and reflect on. And as we're talking about this and just this 100 Jubilee year for the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George as well. Take me through, if you could, how important this partnership between OSF and the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George are. Because, every time we walk into St. Anthony's, we all see you, we feel your presence, from all the services you all render, but we don't really know the importance of that. And I figured you'd be the best one to really ask that question if you could take me through that.
Well, thank you. I think the charism of our community is to make Christ's merciful love visible. And so when the sisters came to the United States, they wanted to find kind of a permanent home. And this, which was the Nazareth home, was available for purchase. And so our sisters did healthcare in Germany. And so it was a logical area for them to be able to serve God's people. And we do education, we do childcare and work for bishops and many other things. But I think because this is our provincial house here in the United States, we're actually connected to St. Anthony's Health Center. It's always been dear to our heart to care for people when they're most in need. And sometimes when we are ill, and our bodies are afflicted, it is a time really when the Lord can come and touch our hearts at the same time, because we're open and we're vulnerable, and so it's a beautiful expression of God's mercy.
It really is. And I'm so glad I asked you that question, because so many times we don't really talk about the convent portion of St. Anthony's and what the sisters do, because my grandma worked at St. Anthony's for a very long time in ICU, and just really took me through that partnership and how important it is, and what you guys do day in and day out. As we're wrapping this up, and as we've been talking about this really special once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the National Eucharistic Pilgrimage Benediction at St. Francis Convent Chapel during the 100th Jubilee year of the Sisters of St. Francis of the Martyr St. George, is there going to be an opportunity after Tuesday to still to view this in the area, or are they going to be moving pretty quick to their next destination?
I think they'll be moving pretty soon to their next destination, but we didn't plan this. This is great. So we have an adoration chapel. So as you come into our property off the circle, right there is our San Damiano Adoration Chapel. And actually, we have just gotten a lift put in so that it is now handicap accessible for those who have special needs as well. But it is open every day for Eucharistic adoration. So this extends on, and so we are most welcome. Anyone is most welcome to join us in prayer there, and it's open every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
This is just, I'm so glad we had this interview, because so many people need that information as well. I didn't realize that it was open for me to come in throughout the week.
Absolutely.
This is wonderful. And before I let you go, is there anything else that we need to get out about this very special morning that awaits us tomorrow?
I think just if people just open their hearts to whatever, I think the Lord has a plan for every person that can be touched in our community here in Alton. And so just to really pray that we're all open to whatever blessings that he has for our community in particular.
Absolutely. Sister, thank you so much for your time today. I hope that tomorrow goes well, and then we'll see you at some point with the reporter on Friday, you said, or Saturday?
Saturday.
On Saturday, you'll see a reporter out there grabbing some shots. This is something we have to celebrate as well. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you so much.
No problem. At 9:55, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with Lucy Haskell Playhouse right after this on Riverbender.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. O'clock officially in downtown Alton on this Monday morning, the 8th day of July. As I told you all earlier, we're going to be talking a little bit about Lucy Haskell Playhouse today and tomorrow because this is exciting. Number one, the book signing coming up on Saturday.
Right.
The birthday party coming up soon, and then I did not realize until Margaret had to tell me is that you guys, Lucy Haskell Playhouse is going to mark the 50th year of being on the National Historic Registry.
Right.
In July 20th?
July 30th.
Oh, July
74. Right.
That is crazy. That is wild. It's already been that long.
Yeah.
Years.
Yes.
Well, right off the bat, let's talk about this children's book because Evelyn and I have talked about this quite a bit. We met in November about it on the show, and she had the idea. And then she was getting everything kind of developed. She came on 2 weeks ago and said, we're almost there, book signing to be determined. And then kind of called me last week and said, determined for the 12th. So she'll be on again tomorrow, but this is really cool.
It
Yes.
is. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful
It's
book.
beautiful.
Yes,
now-
it really is pretty. I don't know if everybody can see
Well,
it. And
and-
Evelyn has probably showed it
Oh,
already.
she has, but that cover
But it-
by Ben Harrison is
Isn't
just
it
wonderful.
gorgeous?
Just
It is
wonderful.
beautiful.
Right.
Have you had a chance to look inside the book?
Yes, we have, and it's a beautiful story.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is, and we're so happy that Evelyn, she came to us too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably about
It's
the same
been a
time
while.
that she
Yeah.
came to you.
Yeah.
And she had this idea, and she wanted to have our approval of it, so she sent the copy of us so that we could look at the book, and so we were very excited, and then things kind of quieted down. We didn't hear for a while, and now all of a sudden it's geared up. So yes, we have got her ready for this book signing this Saturday the 13th. She's going to be there from 10 until noon. And so you can pre-order the book until tomorrow, I think, and then I think we'll have extra copies there.
I just want to say, Margaret, you are the best. I said the 12th, and the way they thank you because I'm like, I know I said something wrong there. I said it's, and then whenever you said 13th, Saturday is the 13th. It's not a Friday thing. You are the thank you for saving me there. How exciting is it though, seriously, for a younger person to really hold Haskell Playhouse in that type of regard, to where it's not only a portion of the book, but it's what the book really is, the Magic Haskell Playhouse.
Yeah.
What's that mean for all of you that have worked so hard? And to know the next generation is seeing that hard work.
Right.
It just makes it worthwhile. This is why we all got involved, because we understood that this is a very unique, beautiful little building, and Alton should be privileged to have it, and we are the caretakers of that. And then people like Evelyn come, and she is picking up the challenge of keeping this alive, and it means a lot to her in her childhood. So that's what it's all about for us.
Right. We've known for years that it's been a magic place.
Yeah.
We're just glad that Evelyn has made it in the form of a book. So yeah, we're really thrilled. So I think that the plan is, Ann Hamilton, who is one of their members on our association, she actually is a librarian, and she's been working with Evelyn a little bit, and she's actually hosting the open house this week. And so Evelyn will actually be reading the book to the children, I think around 10:15, and then there will be the opportunity to meet her and have the book signed and really personalized for someone,
Well, and too, I mean, what I think's cool is there's just a ton of opportunity just to love on Haskell this next couple of weeks.
Right.
And also, too, Henry the Kitty is available for purchase that day.
Oh,
yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah, that kitty has been sitting in the corner of the playhouse for, I don't know, since I've seen it. I didn't really know that it was such an important creature.
Yeah.
But now I do.
So just so everyone's aware, and we'll get more details when we chat with Evelyn tomorrow, but let me just tell you now, from 10 a.m. until noon this Saturday, which is the 13th, if my calendar was correct internally, you can celebrate the release of this wonderful book, story time at 10:15, and then that book signing to follow. And then what I think is really cool, if you don't know, is that 40% of the proceeds are being divided amongst and donated to the Haskell Foundation, Hainer Library, Jacoby Art Center, and the Alton Area Landmarks Association. So I just love every bit of this book. I just love from start to finish the backstory to it, why we're doing it. And then let's maybe buy 10,000 of these books.
Yeah.
And then everyone could have a pretty darn good check in the mail.
And it's a darling story.
I was so curious about the story because I was talking to Evelyn about this.
Yeah.
No one would realize how hard it is to write a children's book. Because I thought about it one day. I was, when you're sitting there after you get back home from Cat Daddy's 5 years ago, and you're trying to figure out what's your next move. It's like children's author.
Yeah.
I tried for 2 days.
Did you? And you couldn't come up.
No, well, if it was published, I would have probably had a warrant out somewhere.
That's right. I would have brought it. I'm sure it was interesting. Yeah, you would have had a lot of adults buy that book.
But I just love this. And now, so Saturday is the first time this month that we can come out for an event, but wait, there's more.
Right.
There's always more. Always more.
Yeah, we're having the birthday party on July the 29th, which is Lucy's actual anniversary of her 144th birthday.
Wow.
So, and Evelyn will be there that evening as well to sign and sell her books. So.
Now at the party, what can we expect to be on hand that day?
Well, we do the wonderful activities that we do every year, and we do them every year because we like to replicate Lucy's 5th birthday. And this is what Mrs. Haskell did. She served cake and ice cream, which we will have, lemonade, pony rides, and games, children's games. And that is what Lucy did on her 5th birthday. But we start off with singing happy birthday to Lucy.
So cool.
And do we say who's our Lucy this year?
Yeah, we have, every year we pick a child, and usually they're in the neighborhood. But this year it's going to be Genevieve Bland. She's the daughter of Melissa and Jonathan Bland. They live on the corner of 15th and Henry.
Honeybee Vintage.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, Genevieve is so excited, and even more so because her actual birthday is July the 30th, the next day. So she's starting the party early, and she's going to carry it through.
It's going to be a great year,
I just, talk about a birthday weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll never forget.
No, and once again, we will have our merchandise for sale. So if anybody needs note cards or a T-shirt, and these benefit the Playhouse.
Well, they're beautiful too. Those note cards are really nice.
Oh, they really are. They are very nice, and we always have them. And we have some that are in color, and then we have our standard little black and white ones that are $5 a package, and the other ones are $10. So we try to have something for everybody. And then Margaret's going to do our wishing tree, which our tree is gone, but our gazebo is there.
That's right.
Hey, and thanks to this show. Yes, thank you everybody.
It's a beautiful gazebo.
Isn't it?
It is beautiful. I drove by. I was having I call it a quarter life crisis. I'm like, just last couple months have been a little rough. So I said I'm going to go for a little drive. Seeing that gazebo just brought the biggest smile on my face to hear why and the story of the guy that saw it in St. Charles. I love it all. It really was what I needed that day to put the smile on.
And that is exactly what we think of the Playhouse and why we are doing what we're doing. And that was our intention with the gazebo when we thought, we love the holly tree, it died. But our whole Playhouse is actually a love story. It's all based on a love story. Love of parents for a child, and love of the community for the building, and love. I think, and what we hoped is that it would do like it did for you, that you feel happy, you feel good about yourself and the world and the community.
Well, and it's just such a community spot too. I mean, there is no better spot in town for a community event.
You're right.
There's just not.
No.
Well, and now on the birthday party, how long does that run until?
Okay, it's on Monday this year, the 29th of July. It will start at 6:30 and go until 8.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, and so we will begin the festivities with little introductions and a little background, and then we'll sing Happy Birthday, and then that's when the party starts.
That's when the kids get to play. That's when they're set loose.
Yes. and it is true that everything we do that night is free to the public. But we do, like Debbie said, we have merchandise, and then the wishing. I don't know. It's not the wishing tree. The wishing gazebo. We're actually selling these bows. I don't know if you.
I don't remember this too
much. You buy a bow for $1, and it's a birthday. We hang a little tag on it, and we'll hang it on the gazebo. So it will really be pretty with these white bows hanging off this gazebo.
Yes.
And so when I hang the bow, you get to close your eyes and make a wish. And so those bows will stay up for about a week or so.
Yeah.
And so it's really very, very cute. And then the proceeds for that again goes back to the Playhouse. So
I just love it. I mean, it's just really, it's served its mission 100% over. you know,
Hasn't it though?
And you know, and there's nothing more beautiful than Haskell at Christmas time. But that to me is really why I just think it's the best community spot. I really do. And you know, as you're gearing up for the 50th of being on the National Historic Register, which is a huge deal. I mean, that's a major deal.
Right.
What's it like knowing that, you know, even before that, you had all these, you know, you knew that 50th was coming, the year was coming, you knew the birthday was coming, but to have this kind of movement the last couple of weeks where, I mean, I have seen so many people posting about Haskell Park and Playhouse, and it's because of, you know, the book, honestly, and all this kind of newfound excitement for a younger generation.
Sure.
You know, that's got to really just put so much wind in your sails to keep going throughout, because I'm sure, you know, it gets, you know, tiring every once in a while, but when you hear that gust of morale boost, I mean, it's like, boy, we're here. We're ready to go.
Well, you know what? It's interesting because a month ago or so, we had a little gathering where we had invited some people to join our association to help some younger people.
Yes.
Yes, and they came, and we have actually three new people in a younger generation that have joined us. So we feel really positive about the future.
Well, and I've always said this because I had a conversation about, well, someone said, well, we don't want to just bring in any young person. Well, it's very true. But whenever you get to work with them hands-on and you get to really pass the torch, you know, and have them learn from all the years of all the work you put in, you know, and everything else, it's what really sets us up for that better tomorrow, is that kind of hybrid of someone that's maybe newer as a group, and then, of course, the core that's been there getting things done. It's a perfect fit.
Yeah. It was really assuring that the future will be taken care
of. Yes, we won't have to worry about it. That, you know, that we're not ready to go yet.
No. They still got to come on this show.
But when we do, they need to know that the work behind it. There's always work behind it. Things just don't happen.
Right.
And we have, by trial and error, what works, what doesn't work. And so, you know, that's where they can benefit, just like we did from people like Carolyn Dooley and Chris Alfred, the people who went before us, that because of what they did, we can do what we're doing. And CJ, the work is never done.
No.
There's always something that we think of, aha, wouldn't this look good? And but a little known fact that the one tree that's there by outside the restroom, the women's restroom, there's a tree there, and there's a tree stump. That is from the holly tree. That was where the gazebo is, and people love that tree. And we made the canopy for the sitting area because people love that tree and did not want to see it go and blah blah blah. But it died, and so in order to save a little part of that tree, which was planted by Gordon Moore, Dr. Gordon Moore, that we had the tree at the park department. They moved the stump there so you can sit on it.
That's cool.
So when you do that, that is that holly tree.
Right.
Yeah.
I just love that.
And you know that we knew that the gazebo wasn't going to quite give us the shade that we. But so this year, if you haven't noticed, we have vines that are starting to grow up on the gazebo that will hopefully add some shade to that area. We've planted a white hyacinth bean.
And
they're very fast growing, and they're probably almost up to the roof level.
It really looks pretty now.
It's going to be gorgeous. By the birthday party, you're going to be sitting in the shade.
Well,
but imagine what that'll look like next year, though, or the year after. I mean, I'm a long game guy when it comes to flowers and any type of that will look cool. Now, the 50th, is there going to be any celebration?
Not really. We just want the people to know that, you know, this started evidently, and that must be a process to get this done. So I think actually I have a copy of the National Register inventory nomination form.
Yeah.
And it evidently, the Historic Building Survey was done in 1967. So I don't really know exactly if that's when the process started, but the survey was done then. And this was done by Ruth Means, and another a gentleman, I'm assuming, Plockner, I think was his name. So, but it's interesting that the headlines in this statement of significance says that the Haskell Playhouse is a unique architectural gem and a work of art. Even they knew it back then.
Yeah.
And the Haskell Playhouse visually arouses the curiosity of its purpose, and in the explanation brings forth a dramatic and nostalgic experience of another era. I mean, that
is the Playhouse.
says it all, you know.
It does, and you know, especially for us, because in life, you know, things change. People, you know, new businesses come in, corporations, you name it. But landmarks should never change. Because
Exactly.
You need to have the Haskell Playhouse and all those other great gyms in the community. But, you know, that way it kind of brings the past to life. Every time you drive by it, you might see that new building, but you know that the roots and history of Alton are still alive.
Right.
And it's so important.
Right.
That's, I think, our biggest advantage for Alton is our history.
You're 100% right. There is no doubt about it. And now, going forward, you guys can take donations throughout the year because you're a 501c3, correct?
Yes.
And just curious, how much does typical maintenance cost on the building? Because you wouldn't think of it as much until, you know, you talk summer months with the paint and everything that comes into play. Do you have an average of what it kind of
Well, you know, every year we have a security alarm bill, which is almost $500. Because the house is not only protected with an alarm system, but it has a camera system, okay? So that's an annual bill for us. Just recently we had the roof inspected. It's probably been 4 or 5 years since we had the new roof put on. But, you know, we need to check on those things. So that was another $300 that happens. Debbie, what else do we have that?
Oh, it's just on what the plants every single year have to be, all the flowers, that is all replaced every year, and that's several hundred dollars
for that. Yes.
And then just our parties. Of course, our parties, we have an account that is our Playhouse account. The trust account is strictly maintenance for the building. But there's always, as soon as we get one porch board fixed, the other one decides to pop up and crack.
And
it is ongoing.
And that's what we're working on now. We actually have some floorboards on the front porch that are going to be replaced this fall. So that's going to be several $100s. Last year we spent several $100s on replicating a railing in the back on the bathroom side, as well as the cartwheels that were in the corner that were missing. So it's a constant thing, you know.
So it could be $1,000 to a couple thousand
$1,000
every year. And that's not if something major pops up that we have to address.
Well, and that's what my thought is. I mean, you're early enough in the year, folks, for July. I mean, you still have time to get your tax write-offs going here. And, you know, think about this. I mean, especially after the breath of life that this book kind of, I mean, seriously, on social media, for my generation, everyone's talking about the Playhouse right now. And it's so cool to see that. You know, if you have the time, take the opportunity to realize that everyone's pretty excited about this, and that Haskell Playhouse is a national gym that you could keep supporting and making sure that you're actually kind of a local hero. I mean, that's really what happens because you're providing so much. And you can reach out. How do they donate?
They can go to haskellplayhouse.org, and there's a donate button right there.
There you go.
You can do it online, or you can, if you want to, if you're old school like us, we send a check to the city's treasurer's office, and then they'll deposit it into our account.
Really cool. I just want to make sure that we always get that out. And now, as we still have you, the time's 10:19. On Saturday, the 13th, you can celebrate the release of Genevieve and the Magic Haskell Playhouse inside the Playhouse with the story time at 10:15 and a book signing to follow afterwards. This is going to be really, really cool. Join Evelyn and the Haskell Foundation in their celebration of this magical look at Alton's history with Lucy Haskell, July 13th from 10 a.m. till noon. So you got 2 hours this Saturday.
Right.
The birthday party is the 29th on a Monday from 6 to 8:30.
6:30.
Oh, dang it, I almost said it! From 6:30 to 8 p.m. And this is really, the pony rides, everything's free?
Yes. And thanks to the Alton Godfrey Rotary. They have been so good to us since we even started the birthday party. They always sponsor the ponies for us. So, a big thank you to them.
You know, and Duke's Bakery for their cake.
Yes,
always. Every year.
No one really talks. You know, that's a good point, too. And Alton Godfrey Rotary has done some really good work.
Thank you.
I don't think the public realizes just what that group alone Alton's done.
Right.
We'll have to do an interview with them one day.
Yeah,
Put them on the hot seat.
Right.
Put them all on the hot seat. And then what I think would be great, even though there's no event happening on the 30th, if I can get 10 of you to maybe write a $50 check to Lucy Haskell Playhouse, I think we'd be in business. I think we'd be fine.
Yeah, to commemorate the 50th anniversary.
Yep.
Very good.
Oh,
you are
yes. Do it.
Why not take a shot and try?
That's right.
But it's just really cool because there's nothing. Things in life are changing with how organizations are run, and but one thing that never will is how Alton's local organizations and national landmarks operate, and that's what I think's so cool about this because in life, whether or not it's 30 years from now, 30 minutes from now, or even 3 days from now, that Haskell Playhouse will be right there in that corner, and that all the memories that you had there are going to be there too.
Right.
And as we get creeping up towards October, we're going to have to get you on for Christmas.
Oh, yes, because we'll have Santa be coming.
And do you guys have a Labor or an Arbor Day, or not Labor Day, but an August event?
We'll have open house again.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I know there's one. Don't fool me like that. I'm like, I know there's one event after the birthday bash.
Yeah. Actually, we have two. Our season runs from April to September for open houses, so we'll have two more open houses, August and September.
Perfect. There we go. Am I forgetting about it?
No, you're doing good.
What's funny is I didn't really ask him what we were talking about today. We kind of just went. Why not? And while I have you, before we say goodbye to everyone, while I have you, this Saturday, RiverBender will be live outside Cat Daddy's for Cat Daddy's retirement party.
Okay.
And what we're doing too is I just want to throw this out there because you're going to get an email from me and I got to take a break anyway. So instead of a live read, I'll do one for myself.
Yeah.
And this is kind of weird, If you're a business owner out there and you want to be a part of a salute in terms of like a lower third that you see at the bottom of your screen, we can jazz it up and have your business logo on there that would say happy retirement, some well wishes. But we'll be out there for a couple hours as we're a part of that party. So you'll get an email from me later, or if you want to join now, just send me a text. I just got a Facebook message. That's incredible. Thank you. 1023, a little bit of change. Always a pleasure to talk to both of you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, CJ.
Mark your calendars for this Saturday and the 29th, which is a Monday, for you and the kiddos to go just have a good old fun time at one of Alton's national landmarks. I just love it. We'll take a quick break and our daily show hits you next.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. Daily show hitting you on a Monday morning. The amount, you guys have no idea the amount of emails I get from these national pundits and conglomerates that just, hey, we got a candidate we need slated. No, thank you. I mean, especially for a national election, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's just me. We'll stick to local. Hey, coming up on Wednesday, we're going to be talking to the former mayor of Alton, Brant Walker, who has now announced just of last week that he is running for election in 2025. And with that being said, we're going to have a lot of conversations with every candidate. You guys know how we do it here. We don't play favorites. We just give everyone the same amount of time, the same questions, and give them the opportunity to inform you and maybe even win a vote or two for them. I love the way we do it because, you know what, the way I used to do things, it was almost like you just couldn't feel comfortable because you always angered somebody. And I just love the way that we kind of approach things here where it's just, pretty cut and dry. And I just love it that way. So wanted to make sure you knew as we're starting our campaign coverage on Wednesday. And I'm still waiting to hear back from Frontier about, getting a rep on. They told me 2 weeks ago it happened. So we'll still wait and see if we can get any updates and keep you all informed. While I have you, wanted just to fill you in on a couple of things. And actually two of them, because we didn't do top of the hour news and always want to make sure that we do. I wanted to let you know that Grafton has faced some minor flooding with the river cresting at 22.48 feet on July the 7th, and it caused Lighthouse Park and its parking lot to flood. Despite high water, local businesses, they remain unaffected and continue operations as usual. The river crested at 22.48 feet, reaching its peak today. The crest placed Grafton in a minor flooding stage, as the official flood stage for the area is 20 feet. On Sunday, the town of Grafton remained busy, with the flooding having no significant impact on local commerce. We want to thank Chris Rhodes for that wonderful write-up to keep us all informed and in the know. Chris Rhodes also doing some weekend work for us. Dylan Cowan should be one of Alton's leading scorers as the 2024 season. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Wow. Is just a few weeks away. Coach Greg Nacella was very high on the striker, and he said he's just a really good athlete. Dylan Cowan is an Otto Butler Male Athlete of the Month for Alton. He will be a goal scorer for us, Nasello said. He is the kind of guy you want on your team. He is an offensive leader and does a really good job of getting everybody involved. He is another solid player on our team and will help us anywhere on the field. He has had a good summer so far. Dylan said his goal with the rest of the team is to win a regional title and have a solid season. Again, congrats to Colin on his honor as an Auto Battler Male Athlete of the Month for the Redbirds. Hey, while I have you too, get your community Christmas tickets. As you guys know, I'm really working hard. This is such a good thing for the community. It's such a good thing for all of us as people. Because, you know, what I think the Christmas holiday is about all of us kind of slowing down a bit. Even though if you have kids and you're full of it if you think it's a slowdown time. It's enough time to at least stop and breathe a little bit, right? Because everything at work slows down and you're able to kind of just sit there, maybe even for a couple of seconds, and just reflect on how, you know, kind of grateful you are. Maybe your life's wonderful and it's been a hell of a year, or maybe, you know, things could get a little bit better, but there's still hope, right? And you feel that hope at Christmas time. Every child in this community has every right to feel hope at Christmas time, and that's why I support Community Christmas. Community Christmas ensures that every child in this region wakes up with a Christmas gift on Christmas, like they should. You know, so many times in life, I think that you'll go back and read any type of, news story about, a tragedy or somebody that did something terrible. And 9 times out of 10, it starts at the home. It starts because they didn't have family. They didn't have those opportunities. They didn't experience holidays. And it leads to a life that isn't really the most fulfilled. You have the opportunity now until the 26th of July to raise money with me with Community Christmas. This is a partnership that Fur Auto Body does with United Way, and it's so many great entities, but it all stays in the community. Every dollar that is spent here is going to stay here. And you're going, CJ, how do you know? I know because I've lived it. I know because I've seen their process, and I know because there are dozens, hundreds of thousands of kids in this region that don't have the opportunities that should be allowed to them. You know, like I said, Christmas is not a privilege. It's a right for kids to enjoy something on Christmas morning and have something to look forward to. As a kid, I had the best Christmases, guys. Oh, my goodness. My dad's Clark Griswold. You see my house. My neighbor, Brent Snyder, if he's watching the show today, probably say yes. Cindy Lilly watching the Griswolds over there. It wasn't just the decorations that made Christmas Christmas. It was my family, all the love and joy, and everyone coming together and just having fun. And if we could help one child with that this year, think about what that could do. So as you're preparing your summer rush, as you're, rushing to get to that plane because you're heading to Florida for a couple of weeks, think about this. Think about that there's a child out there that isn't rushing anywhere, that's going to be in the same spot as he will be on Christmas. And that's just the way it goes. You have the opportunity to put a smile on somebody's face and just realize that they could know that they are cared for, that someone does care, that they are loved, because it goes a hell of a long way. Email me, CJ@RiverBender.com. That's CJ@RiverBender.com. And I'll sell you some community Christmas tickets because I want to be the one that sells the most. And we can win together. We could win by making sure that every child in this community, in this region, wakes up to a Christmas morning that they deserve. 10:34, a quick break on the State and History. Hit you next.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey, Sherry. Talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Ah, 10:37. Welcome. Sorry, I had to stretch. 10:30. Welcome back to our daily show. 10:37 on this Monday morning. Here's what happened on this date in history. On this date in the year 2000, Venus Williams wins Wimbledon for the first time. On this date in 1994, it better not play an ad on me. Better not play an ad on me. On this date in 1994, Kim Il-sung, the communist dictator of North Korea since 1948, dies of a heart attack at the age of 82. That happened on this date in history. Also, on this date in history, in 1951, Paris celebrated its 2000th birthday. There you go. How about that? That's pretty darn impressive right there. Paris turned 2000 in 1951. Let's see. On this date in 1950, MacArthur was named the Korean commander on this date in 1950. In 1941, a German general's diary reveals Hitler's plans for Russia. That was found out on this date in 1941. Also, on this date in 1918, Ernest Hemingway was wounded on the Italian front during World War I. That was in 1918. In 1969, the first U.S. troops are withdrawn from South Vietnam. In 1959, on this date in history, the first Americans were killed in South Vietnam. And then that's about it for on this date in history. Man, the 8th of July is kind of boring. That's kind of sad. Also, on this date in history, in music, Elton John told his millions of fans that they would remain in his head, heart, and soul when he concluded his marathon farewell tour at Sweden's Tele2 Arena in Stockholm. Elton closed the show with one of his biggest hits, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. His farewell Yellow Brick Road tour began in North America in 2018, and this was his second night performing in Stockholm. That's pretty cool. In 2016, Canadian rapper Drake was at #1 on the U.S. charts with his 4th studio album, Views. With Views, Drake also joined Adele, Michael Bublé, and Taylor Swift as the only artist in the 2010 decades to have an album remain at #1 on the Billboard 200 for 6 consecutive weeks. Also, on this date in 2007, Prince was forced off stage by police halfway through his set at the First Avenue nightclub during a late-night gig in his hometown of Minneapolis. The club was allowed to stay open until 3, but Prince took the stage at 2:45. The singer had already played 2 concerts in Minneapolis before his late-night club appearance. His first performance was at a department store where he promoted his new cologne with a 9-song, 45-minute set. There you go. That's pretty cool. On this date in 2007. On this date in 1995, TLC started a 7-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. The group's second U.S. #1 and #4 hit in the UK. The music video was for the song reflected its socially conscious lyrics. With $1 million budget, the video was an MTV staple that boosted the song's success. The video won 4 MTV Video Music Awards in 1995, including Video of the Year. TLC was the first African-American act to receive that accolade. Man, my knee has got to pop, and it's like right on the cusp of it. I don't know if you ever had, just the worst. In 1978, Gene Rafferty's album City to City went to #1 on the U.S. chart, knocking off Saturday Night Fever, which had been at the top of the charts for almost 6 months. Really? Whew. Man. 78 was a weird year. In 1972, one of the greatest songs of all time, Bill Withers started a 3-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Lean on Me. It was his only #1 hit. In 1972, Donny Osmond was at #1 on the UK singles chart with his version of the Paul Anka song, Puppy Love, the first of 3 solo #1s for Donny. In 1970, the Everly Brothers started an 11-week primetime slot on ABC TV in the U.S. It began as a summer replacement for the Johnny Cash Show in 1970. That's pretty interesting. Let's see, any other good ones? Pink Floyd kicked off their first 20-date North American tour at the Kinetic Playground in Chicago. The club became a driving force in the music business, hosting famous rock acts like The Doors, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Led Zeppelin, The Who, The Byrds, Janis Joplin, Mothers of Invention, The Grateful Dead, MC5, Jethro Tull, Deep Purple, Iron Butterfly, Fleetwood Mac, Muddy Waters, Vanilla Fudge, and Jefferson Airplane. Man, Kinetic Playground in Chicago was the place to be. How about that? In 1958, the first gold record album was presented by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, and it was rewarded to the soundtrack LP Oklahoma. The honor signified the album had sold 50,000 copies. The first gold single issued by RIAA was Catch a Falling Star by Perry Como in March of 1958. That gold single represented the sale of 500,000 records. I don't know why I said 50 earlier. Producer on this date in 1954, producer Sam Phillips took an acetate recording of Elvis singing That's All Right Mama to Dewey Phillips, the Memphis DJ. He played the song just after 9:30 that evening. Then the phone lines lit up, asking the DJ to play that same song over and over and over again. Man, isn't that just crazy? On this date in 1954. Born on this date in history, Beck, American singer, songwriter, producer, and multi-instrumentalist Beck David Campbell. 1994 UK #1 single Loser from his 1994 album Mellow Gold, his second official studio album. Oldley had appeared in numerous publications, lists of greatest records of the 90s, and his 2017 album Colors won awards for the Best Alternative Album and Best Engineered Album at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards. Toby Keith, the late singer-songwriter, the American country music legend, was born on this date in 1961 and then, of course, passing away February the 5th of this year. Joan Osmond, the American singer-songwriter who had the 1996 UK #6 single, One of Us. She toured with Motown sidemen, the Funk Brothers, and was featured in the documentary about them, Standing in the Shadows of Motown, born on this date. And that'll about do it. There you go. On this date in history, a quick break. We come back with more of our daily show.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. I forgot to get water. That's why I took a darn break. Oh man, I'm getting old. 10:59, time to acknowledge some. Uh-oh. I'll deal with that in 10 minutes. Here we go, All-Star Award on this Monday morning. Rusty Wheat, this one's for you, a town on New York's Long Island.
Palisade versus Ford Explorer. Look what Palisade has and what Explorer doesn't. Hyundai Palisade wins every time.
What the heck? Hold on here. Thank you. Just trying to do my job. The town has erected an anti-littering sign. This kind of just fell apart. Where are you? Why are you littering? I am lazy. I don't care about natural areas. Mommy still cleans up after me, or all the above. Why don't we have monikers of being slobs? That's why we're literally getting in everybody's face now saying enough is enough. Town of Babylon supervisor Richard Schaefer told CBS New York the town said more than 250 tons of road trash has been picked up so far this year. Another 15,000 pounds of trash has been removed from creeks that lead into the Great South Bay. The town said first-time offenders are going to face a fine of up to $1,000. That's how you get it done. You put something big out there like that, people aren't going to do it. They'll be mad at you now. They'll thank you later. Also, a Las Vegas man who works as a sideshow artist broke a pair of eye-popping Guinness World Records, quite literally, when he tested the strength of his eye sockets. Andrew Stanton appeared on Italian TV series Low Show Day Record in Milan. I always get that one wrong, just bear with me. And took on the record for the heaviest weight pulled with eye sockets and the heaviest weight lifted with both eye sockets while swallowing a sword. And, you know, put a little asterisk next to it. For the first title, Stanton attached large metal hooks to his eye socket and used them to pull a Cadillac and driver. What? Totaling 5,319 pounds across the TV show's stage. He became the first holder of the second title by swallowing a sword. Well, that could be taken out of context. By swallowing a sword and using the hooks in his eye sockets to lift his 129-pound assistant. Okay, we get it. Your eyes are strong. You can have every record you want. Just stop doing it. I couldn't watch that. There's no way I could watch that happen. Well, you know, in life, things happen. You wake up one morning, you could just see this. This is from the Telegraph, and as you can see, here you go. Multiple cameras. This is from the Telegraph, so they can't take me off the air here. I'm giving them credit. Here you go. Watch the right-hand corner of your screen. Just watch them. Here they come. Here they come. That is a large herd of cows that were wandering through this North Yorkshire town, or Yorkshire town, because I get yelled at by my friends in the UK so many times. That happened. Could you imagine that being your neighborhood? You just wake up. I mean, that's a pretty dangerous scene. This is a herd of 45 escaped cows as they paraded through a neighborhood in North Yorkshire. Just want to make sure. Please tell me I'm wrong or right. Mostly wrong, creating a racket that sounded like an earthquake and leaving behind quite a lot of poo. What a quote. Security camera footage recorded in Ripon neighborhood shows residents Leon Bach, 16 years of age, going to investigate the sound and then sprinting for his dear life when he spotted the herd of cows barreling towards him. My eldest had just got to the corner. A few of his friends said there were some cows loose. They couldn't see any road, just a load of cows. She and her husband captured cell phone footage, and the couple's younger two children went out to see the commotion. Well, the cows, which apparently escaped from a nearby farm by pushing their way through a gate, were rounded up over the course of several hours by police. Bach said that several gardens were destroyed by the heifers. They made a mess. There's quite a lot of poo. It's pretty gross. What a quote! You couldn't write a better quote. Oh my goodness. Quite a lot of people have said it's the funniest thing they've seen. Well, that's not the person cleaning up their garden, I can tell you that much. Finally for you today in our All-Star Award, an Oklahoma Highway Patrol trooper had an otherworldly encounter when he had to pull over an unusual vehicle on the highway. That unusual vehicle was shaped as a UFO. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol said on social media that Trooper Ryan Van Vleck, sounds right, stopped driving the saucer on the Turner Turnpike due to an obstructed tag. The two occupants of the unusual vehicle explained that they were en route to the annual UFO festival in Roswell. Now that makes sense. Okay, let the people go. Van Vleck decided not to issue the citation. Instead, let the driver and passenger go with a warning, and they had to pose for a few photos. I just saw that today. I just thought, How cool. This is the same vehicle, by the way, that was stopped by Crawford County Sheriff's deputies in Missouri. The driver was issued a warning related to the UFO's out-of-state registration. I just think they wanted to ticket him, you know? I just think that's just something they wanted to do that day. Any more good ones for you? Any more good ones for you? No, that'll do it. Hey, while I have you, though, have you seen this Nathan's hot dog thing? So, number one, it's not really real anymore now that Joey Chestnut's not allowed to compete. And that's a hill that I will die on for months. I'm telling you what, I get it. It's all about where he took his money from. No different than Live Golf. But you can't tell me the greatest hot dog eater in the world is not qualified to be in your competition. I'm just saying. Anyway, there was a guy on there, and he's not on my All-Star Award today, but he will be whenever I get the video, or play the video for you. He was a part of a viral video years ago where he was like in airsoft. They were shooting him with airsoft guns, and he did like some lightsaber stuff. He ridiculed himself. I mean, he put himself out there. It wasn't like he just got caught and then they made him famous. This was something he was doing on his own. He was on the Nathan Hot Dog competition stage, okay? Number one, I don't really like hot dogs that much. I'll just be honest with you. Like 1 or 2 is fine, but I don't think I could eat more than that. Number one. Number two, how much water is being utilized to get these hot dogs down is a little alarming. Number three, if you watched it, you would have saw that individual who was a viral celebrity 2012. Yeah, that makes about sense. When that airsoft video came out, I forget what name they called them, and then he did a Star Wars thing too, which is pretty funny. But he's up on the stage, he's slamming them down, right? Oh, I'm winning. All of a sudden, he starts just getting so sick, and I'm telling you this is like something I'd be concerned of as a competitor. You're sitting there and you're eating these hot dogs. All of a sudden, you look over and the guy next to you is projectile vomiting all over the stage and right out in front of the table and a little bit and over the food. But I'm sorry, that's too close to my hot dog to even want to eat the darn thing or even touch it. So it took about 20 seconds. If you guys have seen this, you got to watch it if you haven't seen it. He is sitting there and just every time he moved, it was just more water coming out, more water. And then finally, the stagehand realized, well, this could kind of be alarming. Let's remove him from the scene. That's what happened. If you guys get a chance to see the video, you guys have to watch it. That was my last All-Star Award, but it wasn't on today. As we're wrapping up time here at 10:58 and a little bit of change, there isn't anything really breaking or developing this morning, but we are going to be having some conversations in the next couple of weeks as we have more feedback and more information on the Gordon Moore sinkhole. And is it Gordon Moore City Park or is it just Gordon Moore Park? Because I'm starting to get confused here. I didn't know if it was Gordon Moore City Park. Kind of like a Riverport Verizon type of argument. Just kind of curious. Has it always been Gordon Moore City Park or has it always just been Gordon Moore Park? I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, we will have more conversations on that topic as we approach the next week. By the end of the week, hoping to have a couple of those conversations. And then, as you heard me say earlier, we're going to have more our first mayoral conversation with Brant Walker on Wednesday, as he is the first to announce his candidacy. I know that I saw on Alderman Strabel's Facebook page that it looked like a logo for a mayor's position, that he was running for mayor too. So it does look like Alderman Ray Strabel's running for mayor. We haven't gotten a press release, but we'll keep you updated, and we'll interview everybody that's going to be running for the top seat in Alton, as this is a very pivotal election year, and we'll keep you updated as we get through the months. We still got to get through the general election first. You know what I'm saying here? I mean, goodness gracious, that alone's going to drive me crazy. I'll see you tomorrow. More of our daily show will hit you then live at 9 with a full lineup of guests, so join me then, won't you? On that note, just try your best to stay out of jail.
Once knew, oh yes he did. He said it